Welcome to New York, and I'm so over the moon to have you on the show. It's an absolute honor to have you. And yeah, so tell us, you are from New Jersey. We talked about that earlier. What what is going on in New Jersey? Well, how's the scene doing in New York and the surrounding at the moment? How's it in America?
Everything's good. I mean, we're all the world is in a pandemic. Obviously, we know what's going on with that, but it's slowly but surely getting, you know, uh, the lights. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. Um, there is, businesses that are shut. A lot of restaurants are open, but it's not fully open. Obviously, you have to wear a mask and
Yeah.
venues are closed, so the club culture is pretty much non-existent per se. But we're seeing. Listen, it's a new year and a lot of new changes.
Yeah.
We got a new president coming. We got a lot of new things happening, and hopefully we just see a shift. And whatever this new normal is, I hope that it comes sooner so that we can all enjoy music and enjoy each other's company and dance and have cocktails and hang out and share
Yeah.
each other's company, because I think we all had enough of of what happened this past year. I mean, think about it. We've been in this coming this February, technically, we've been in this a year,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And it's so surreal, right? But it got a little bit like there was some sort of, you adapt to it, right? So and it somehow it's your daily companion nowadays when you go out, and it's just normal. If you step out of the car, you put the mask on, you go into the shop, you know. I mean, of course, it's a shame, especially now that nightlife is not there anymore, so everybody tries to get innovative with streaming and all that stuff, and that somehow is it's a nice first aid thing to do, you know. It's just like a quick first aid kit, so you don't really lose the complete connection to it. Yeah, but after a while it's simply not the same. Yeah. And how are you connecting with all of this? How are you handling the business side of things? What is how are you working your way around with music at the moment?
I I decided right from the beginning of the pandemic to really, well, I'm always in the studio, always working, but when the pandemic did happen, or when it started and we started to quarantine, I really buckled down and just, put all my energy into working and making music. And obviously there was it's been a crazy year for everybody, but I really just opened up my heart to just, putting my energies and my creativity to doing something positive. And to me, it's being in the studio.
Yeah.
Obviously, people stream and people do a lot of different things, but I wanted to just literally focus on the music.
Yeah.
I do stream. I do enjoy that. I love to DJ. I love to play, but I wanted to really spend most of my time creating content that will last a long time, not just a moment, So that's what I did. And obviously, I've been through ups and downs as far as, I got sick during quarantine. Um, my mother, I was taking care of my mother because she has Alzheimer's.
Hmm.
Um, and she came to stay with me,
Oh my God.
and
Yeah.
then she got shingles, and then I ended up
Yeah. Yeah.
contracting. So the shingles virus is also chickenpox. I never knew I never had chickenpox, so I got chickenpox
Yeah, which is like a positive thing, right? That happened.
as an adult.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not
totally.
fun. And that one of my tooth, I have pretty good teeth, but I have one tooth that's a crown, and that crack of stress under, and it was just like after another.
Intense. It's Yeah. No. No. 100%. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, yeah, especially in the States, a lot happened in 1 year. A lot of a lot of bad things happened, and a lot of, yeah, how many good things? It was more bad things that happened actually in the States. Like, with you've been the country with the highest numbers of infections, and then the capital thing happened like recent, you know, which was like when I saw, probably for you the same. When you saw that, you were probably, are we at Independence Day now or what? You know, so yeah, 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 I love that. That's Yeah, that's absolutely, that is a great way how to see things, you know, and that's how you should see things. Because I mean, in the end, you know, it's actually, it's been a bitch slap by the world, what happened this last year. And I think a lot of people have actually woken up a little bit, you know, because you start, what I have seen from my experience, also from in our business, that people really started to care about each other more than they have been before, because everything was just like, life was just like very hectic and stressy for every artist, trying to put records out and play the biggest shows, and like just focusing on themselves. And now everything changed, you know, so it's like everybody's actually looking to the left and to the right. Is my is my mate okay, you know? So and the people, you start to care about each other. And all these emails and just texts, for me, they've been, yeah, I've changed. I've been mostly on Zoom calls, on FaceTime calls. Everything that has to do with video started to grow as well, you know. So, and that's something that I really liked about the people, that they really started to care, you know. And I think that's also really important. And that is, I mean, also especially when you put it to our scene, when you look into the dance scene, it's like it grew together a little bit more than it was before, you know. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. Yeah, 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 yeah. Me too. Me too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's yeah, yeah. And um that's what I've been preaching at the beginning, that the, it's a difficult time, but you're forced to stay at home, and there's so many things that you can do that you haven't been able to do because your life was too busy. You know what I mean? So now you actually have the chance to do things you always wanted to do, and do the things that you actually needed to do for yourself. So there's actually a lot of things that to evolve, a lot of opportunities, you know. And what you said right before that, that like the scene is like a tree, and this I couldn't have said it better. This is just like, this is the best way how to say it. And I mean, that is what house music and the dance scene always has been standing for: diversity and openness. And I mean, there's a reason why there has been stuff like Love Parade and stuff like that, you know. So a Love Parade, I can remember that the first Love Parade that I went to was in 1996, and I played on a trailer there, yeah, and it was 1.5 million people, you know. And that is something else. And that what you just said 23 years later, now what you just said now, that was actually taking place at that point, you know, already. And I think it's the same in like Christopher Street Day and all that kind of stuff. It's just like all over, it's like full of dance music, right? So and I think that that is like a really important thing, and it's so versatile and open, the scene. And it's just like, it needs to be taught to the younger generation as well. There, it needs to be that's something why I love talking to people who have been in the scene from the beginning. I mean, you and I, we are the same age, we are exactly the same age, yeah. So and we actually also started nearly at the same age. I started with 14, you were like younger, 12 or something. Imagine, imagine back then it was a different pair of shoes doing this kind of stuff, releasing your own music and starting DJing. You had to buy vinyl, you had to buy the technics players, a mixer and all that stuff. So it was actually very, very pricey and not so easy to get everything. Yeah. No. Yeah. 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 Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are. They're losing their focus. You know, that's a little bit because it's like that's especially what I experience with all the people that are coming to us here at Refine, because they all have mostly the same problem. They're frustrated. They are just like in a one-way street. They don't get connected. They're having problems finishing their track. They can't find their roadmap for themselves. You know what I mean? So, and that's actually because there's so much input coming from all media, for example, from Spotify, from YouTube, from the TV, from radio, and all that kind of stuff. It's just like so much influence from. So it's really hard to get into the core of your soul and really doing it for the reason what you're in it for and what we've been in it for. We've been in it for the passion and for because we absolutely loved the music, you know, and we had to create the music ourselves, you know. Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's a little bit of a thing. When you think back about those times, do you miss having vinyls in your hands, buying vinyls, going to the shops and stuff like that? I still not. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. Nah, that's exactly right. Yeah, yeah. No, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. It's just, yeah, yeah. So no, it's just a feeling of nostalgia, I think. So it's just like, yeah, it's been amazing when you think about it. You talk to it in a great way, in a positive way, not in terms of in a negative way. I want it back, because then I mean it's like everything in life. For me, for example, oh, I want to go back into the time where I've done Live Your Life with Eric. I want to reconnect with that time and start all over again at that point. Impossible. That doesn't work. So, and you can't, and like you said, you can't live in the past. You have to focus on what's coming in the future. Because if you're living in the past, then it's doomed to fail, you know? Yeah. 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 That's yeah, yeah. It is. It is. It is. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. And yeah, yeah. It's gone. Exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely, man. It's like honestly, I have to say this. Is so much valuable information that you're just laying it all out right there, you know. So and that's like what what is, I couldn't have said it better. I mean, I couldn't have said it at all. It's just like so plain and clear. What you're saying right there is so, you can just say yes, that's absolutely right, that's true, you know. So I'm just very thankful that that I don't need to say anything, because it's like everything that you're saying is nothing to add, because it's just like amazing listening to what you're talking about, you know? And yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's true. That's true. I lost it in between, I have to say. I lost the heart in between. So that's why I lost myself in the scene, you know? So that happens, I think, a little bit of I'm probably you're going through a deep negative phase sometimes. At least it was for me, and it was really hard to get out. You know, I just got lost in the whirlwind, yeah, in the storm, you know, of this whole thing. It just dragged me down, and it just like it got too much, you know. I got like I lost myself in this speed of music scene, you know. On the it was actually in 2013 when everything was just too much touring, just focusing on music, just like deliver, 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 deliver. There's no balance in my life anymore. I didn't have time to breathe anymore. So, you know, at some point, your my battery wasn't empty, my battery was broken. You know what I mean? So, and then I was nearly about to give up and let go of the most valuable thing, and the most thing, the most precious thing for me in life, which is music, of course. And I can tell from your story that you've been telling. It's one of, yeah, you're just so passionate about it. I mean, these, you knew which guy mastered the record, what company pressed the vinyl. You could tell on the numbers and everything that was in the vinyl, and that's so intense. I didn't know it back then, although we are the same age, and we you educated yourself in a very deep, and you in the hunger for knowledge, it seems like. Yeah, that's the thing, a 7-inch guy, that's insane. Mm. Yeah, I mean, he's that's yeah, 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 but yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I mean, one a lot of little pixels make the big picture, so, and that is how it is. Yeah. And what is really what interests me a lot is when you first started off making music, and you felt like, okay, now it's starting to grow and it's starting to take off. And your first record that you released, was that on Strictly, your first record? Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm so looking forward to this story. I'm so looking forward to it already. Mm? Mm. Mm. Wow. I didn't have one as well. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. 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 That's amazing. Was back then Strictly Rhythm, was it Michael Finkelstein ran the label at that time, right? Michael was his son. Yeah. 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 Of course, of course. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. The businessman. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. And do you so well actually now I tell you why how I fell in love with that US house music stuff because that wasn't there in Europe, you know? That was just like a total different aspect in Germany. Or in Germany there was not really a scene at all. It was just in 90 I started DJing in 92 and made my first DJ contest in 93. Oh my god. Yeah, of course. We all looked a little bit more horrible. People men always get more beautiful with age. They say. They say. And if when I saw the picture from back then, yes, indeed. So anyway, so the first time I actually got in contact um, with that US house vibe was actually when I heard Mike Dunn play, and he was playing in Krefeld. That's a city next here in the western side of Germany, Krefeld, and the club was called Königsburg back then. And there was actually a party going on where Mike Dunn played on the main floor, and it was just like a huge main floor and a huge place, yeah, like 2 floors and stuff like that, with a swimming pool in the middle. And Mike Dunn played, and um, I came into the club and I said, "Wow, what is this kind of stuff? What musical direction is this?" Because all the electronic music that I heard back then was all like Outland Records and It Records, so that the Dutch house, the Amsterdam house kind of vibe. You know what I mean? So and then went to Mike and actually asked for a certain record, and that record was a Mood to Swing record. You know, that was actually the first record. He gave me the cover, and that was the first. I have no idea. Um, it was something with don't don't or something like that. I can't recall anymore. But I have the vinyl. I bought it. I went to a record shop like after the weekend. I was so on fire, and I was like really trying to get as much information about it. But imagine back then you didn't have like internet. There's no thing where you can do Shazams, nothing like it. So you really have to dig. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But there were no clubs where those kind of people were playing. Like these proper in Munich. And Stuttgart is M1. Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, house music educated us, you know? Yeah, and music, honestly, if we wouldn't have been in this scene, we would have turned out in total different people. Absolutely different, that's what. And I mean, although we are beyond 40 already, imagine we wouldn't have been in the music scene. We would have gotten a normal job, and we would probably be like not a felt age of. I still feel like 25. You know what I mean? It's the same for you as well. Nah, you can't because it never happened. But yeah, 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 of course. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's true. And but what I have to say, it's like a little bit of that. You grew into that scene. You grew up with that house music. That, I mean, there was this kind of, we called it US house, right? The stuff that you guys have been doing back then, that was for us. It was like US house, and that stuff. If you were able to get those records and play those records, you've been flying, because you've been one of the 10 DJs in Germany that has those records, And I started, for me, what you've been doing with collecting those really old records and finding out about who pressed and who mastered and stuff like that. For me, it was just like about just collect as many US records as I could, So I actually, there was a shop close to my hometown, um and they had like a complete rooftop full with vinyl. They didn't even want it to sell anymore, because it was all just used stuff, and some DJ left it there, and there was like scratch and stuff like that, and you can't imagine how many records I found in there. I became friends with the owner because I went there every week to buy records, but then he let me into the back room, and he said, Eddie, if you find something right and get it. You can get a vinyl for one Deutsche Mark, one German mark. Yeah. So, and I found so many incredible. I found the Coconut EP from Todd Terry. The green one. Can you remember that one? And Little Louis and all that kind of stuff. So I found so many golden vinyls, and you know what? I still have all of these. That's a great thing. So, and I mean, there have been so many records where you have been involved that I didn't even know that you've been involved. Because back then you made so many different project names for everything, for all the collaborations. It wasn't like they're doing it now. It's Eddie Thonic and Junior Sanchez. No, it's like the Mongoloids, or it's the S-Man, or the Controllers, or whatever. So, and you've been like doing so much collaborating back then, and it's been like intense. You must have been releasing music every week. Yes. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, true. and that's actually a good way to do it. And but nowadays the people always want their names on the record. They always want to show the people that they are on the record. You know what I mean? So, and that's why they always say, like, I'm just going to release this stuff under my real name, no project names, no nothing. So, and back then you just wanted to make great music and get it out there. you know I mean, you've been a crew. So when I first got in touch with you, when did we talk? Last week? Just a couple of days ago again. And I mean, we've never mm, been super close, but we always, when we saw each other, we know who we are. We always been very polite and said hi. So yeah, yeah. It was always Amsterdam, always Amsterdam. Oh, that's him again. But I feel like this kind of stuff, like, I mean, I'm just happy that I'm able to do this Music Monday stuff, because I get connected again to a lot of people that I haven't thought about for a long time. And I get a lot of insights about those people and about their history that I didn't even know they had. And it gives me so much energy as well, to being able to share all of this with you and get to know this kind about you. And this is I'm 100% sure that we will definitely do this again, and we'll keep connected. I would love to do this way more often. And I think that's what people need to do, like, get connected and talk about times, and talk about the experiences. And that's actually also what Refine is about. It's about, like, not um forcing people into a direction, but guiding them with the experiences that all the people had that I have in the chat. So you, as you can see, you are from the US, and you had like a total different approach in getting to know music and falling in love with music than I have. And that is so intense. So, and that makes me super happy and proud that you are here on the chat with me today. And I can see that a lot of people appreciate it as well, that you're showing that you're sharing the wisdom and giving some insights about your point of view and the perspective. And I think that's education right there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's, man, that is the most valuable thing people can get, because right here the people have the chance to tap into your mind and gain the knowledge that you gained over the last 3 decades. And this is actually something that I feel that if people don't do it, they're losing a lot of opportunities right there. So, um yeah. Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, they've, and I mean some of the these guys, they are still fucking crazy, you know. But it's. I mean, Tommy Lee is still. I think he's one of the most popular ones, right? Still from Mötley Crüe. Yeah, yeah. Wow, that. Yeah, I mean, he has done stuff with Dead Mouse and things. Yeah, Tommy Lee. Yeah, 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 Tommy Lee. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right, you know, and that's what I said at the beginning as well. That people, because they haven't found their path yet, you know, the people are trying to fight through, and they have their favorite artists, and they're trying to copy that sound, you know, and say, well, I'll be a happy man when I have that final product done. You know, it may take a long time, but what the people forget, what I feel, what I forgot as well, is that you shouldn't live for the goal. You should enjoy the road there. You know, that ride should be. It can be a long ride, you know, but you have to enjoy every second of it. You know, and you just like be thankful that you are able to do the things that you are doing right there, and learning and evolving, and every day that you are going to the studio. It's still for you and me, it's not like that we know everything about music production, you know. We still evolve and learn new things every day. Yeah, yeah, well, you can fly a helicopter with Ableton 11. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is like, that's the great thing, that you can, the more technique evolves, the more you have the possibility to do whatever you think you want to do, you know? So it's like, back then it was a little bit more like, "Ah, I would love to do something like this, but there's not this technical possibility yet." You know, you have to find a workaround. But now the more it evolves, the more possibilities there are. Imagine, for example, original strings, playing original strings on a keyboard with expression and vibration and all that stuff with faders. Imagine that it already like 5 years ago. Impossible, you know? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, just stop it. That's yeah. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. And we have another question from DJ Early FFYM. Good day, gents. Is there anyone you want to work or still want to work with? Yep. Junior. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. And that's yeah, that's what I'm saying as well to people. And I've actually started to create this refine network, this separate page. And my idea behind the refine network, it's like the refine network dot is on you can access it via our website, refineproductions.com, and you can just click and then you get in there. And this is actually a site that I created because people who have been stuck can actually go there, meet other fellow producers that have the same issue. And the thing is, as soon as you get together with other people, there's always something that the one person can do better than the other, and other way around. You know what I mean? So there's always like, you know how it is when you're going into the studio with someone, you go like, wow, how the hell could I have missed this, and how is he doing that? And then you're showing some things that that other person doesn't know, you know. So and then also in that network we have like a section that says the mentors, and this is actually where me and guests actually are there to answer questions and stuff like that. So it's all a place to connect about music and talk about music and actually start I'm always saying you need to connect with the people. Here is the perfect chance. The people that are here on the chat, they are facing issues probably and being stuck with their music. Just reach out to the people that are in the chat because they are like-minded people. The, yeah, 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 yeah. And Carter is asking how he can send music to Robot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, great. That's fantastic. Well, I think, Junior, we went into a great deep talk and got some wonderful insights and views from you. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And honestly, it was an absolute pleasure having you, and I think everyone enjoyed it as well. Um, yeah, it's been amazing, and it's just a shame that we haven't done it earlier, but perhaps it wasn't the right time, you know? So, yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean, this you see it from the reactions that the people absolutely love what we are doing, and yeah, it's if it makes our world a little bit better, then it's then we've done our job, you know. So, well, my friend, it was great chatting to you. Thank you so much. Let's keep connected, okay? And all of you people that are watching, keep connected as well. And yeah, so we see us next week, and can't wait to do this again. Okay? Take care. Bye bye. Peace out. Bye. Bye bye. Bye. Yeah, 100%. Bye bye. Bye. Okay, guys, this was absolutely